The Bible is for me.
Well, let's get started. We're here. This is the earliest we've ever recorded a podcast, right?
I mean, it's got to be.
It's
got to be the earliest we've ever recorded in the AM. Not the earliest, like in the year. This is like later in the year, but it's the earliest in the morning.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what anybody means when they say that.
That's one of my favorite, like, dumb bits no one appreciates, is clarifying something that needed no clarification. That's one I'll do every time.
It does sound like you.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah, no, I know. Like, someone will be like, yeah, we got to buy these, like, we bought, like, this bush to put in front of the house. And I'll be like, that's not the beer. Yeah, no, like a plant. Oh, yeah.
Just
make sure we're on the same page.
Matt, my wife does the she'll do a bit, and her it's one of her favorites, and she'll be in the middle of talking, telling somebody something, and she'll be like, "I'll tell you this." Yeah, you're already telling me the thing, but she'll pause to be like, I'll tell you this.
You know,
it's great.
I actually talked to her about that recently, and I catch myself doing that a lot. I've really tried to self-edit better, but I'll say something like, I'm talking to a new person, and I'll be like, yeah, Tim and I were talking about this earlier. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what did that add to the conversation? Why did they need to know Tim and I were talking about there? Or I'll do it with Rachel. Like, oh yeah, Rachel and I were just talking about bit. What the heck does that?
And what it does is it helps them, if they were ever talking to me, that they already know that I'm in line. I'm on the same page, or I disagree completely. So it's a good thing. You're doing great.
You like that? Because I've really been kind of actively trying to edit that out of my.
Do I like it? No, I don't care. But I'm trying to justify the stupid thing that you do.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know why I do that. It just is one of those new things I've noticed, and I'm like, why do I tell someone I was talking about this? And because I think what I ultimately did was, and this is a real old man, I'm getting there thing, was like, I was just talking about that with someone. Who was I talking about that with earlier? I don't know. What do you want to say? Like, what is the point? Mm-hmm. Why do I care? Oh, Mike. Me and Mike were talking. Oh, okay. That changes the way. Now let me paradigm shift so I can hear your opinion you were about to share. Because I know that previously you spoke about this with Mike.
That is an old man thing to do. I think the reason you do it is because you have a constant need to talk.
Just fill in air.
Just air has to be filled with
fill in air
voice.
There's even like some sports like radio personalities that I'm like, that's too long of it. You got to be talking right now. Why is this too long of a gap? It's like 4 seconds.
And you're just you're just having a conversation with somebody. What was I? No. It's along the same lines. My wife will do the will like drive by something and she'll go, I wonder why that thing is, and it'll be like a question that like nobody can answer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, me too. I've never wondered that. Do you want an answer? Do you want me to look it up? What do you want me to do with that statement?
Okay. Talking about conversation, I did have something I wanted to discuss with you. I was
a podcast about the thing that we're telling people podcast is about.
I was in a store and I want to know where you are with this. I'm dealing with a retail worker. Because I hope to one day get ad sponsors. Okay. I'm not going to call anybody out.
It's either at Target or it's at Chick-fil-A.
He was the first one. So I'm talking to this person about a gift I'm trying to get, and I'm asking them a question and they're telling me something that I know is not accurate. And I say like, no, I don't think that's right. Or like, no, that's not what I say. I say like, oh, are you sure? I'm pretty sure that this game is available on this console. And they're like, no, it's not. And I like one more time was like, I'm fairly certain.
Why are you engaging in this conversation
I saw somewhere
at this point?
That, and they're like, yeah, it's just not of it. And so that was my question to you is like, how many times are you if a retail worker specifically is telling you something you know to be false And you're like, at some point, I'm trying to get you to the truth as well.
Nope.
But then at some point, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Don't care. I'm out right away. Unless I need them to do something for me. Like, I need you to go right there and grab the thing off the shelf. If you're telling me that's not the thing I need, I'm going to get it through your brain that is the thing I need. Go get it now. If I don't need you for something, if we're just kind of at this point having a discussion, like, you don't have it in stock, is it available? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care to correct you. You're not anyone in my family that's this isn't gonna affect my life in any way, shape, or form. I'm out.
You're just bailing on their 100%. Letting them live in the lie.
100%. I just don't care.
I'm like, I know this is not right. What you're telling me, I know is not right.
Don't care. I don't even care about this conversation about them not being right so much.
I was stuck between both, like what you're saying, because it was a video game and they have a key to unlock that thing. So I was like, I need you to go there. So then we went there. They were like, yeah, it's not there. And they were like, I'll show you. And they didn't have it in stock was the issue.
Right.
But I'm there looking at the right thing, going like, I mean, I know it exists. You don't currently have it, and maybe you don't carry it, but it does exist. And I kind of would like for you to know that for future customers that you speak with.
No, don't
but
care.
But then I tried twice and was like, I can't get.
If nothing else, you look it up on your phone and you go, hey, oh, you don't have it in stock anyway. No, I don't care. I still don't care.
I walked away and looked it up on Amazon and was confirmed that. Well, I was right.
You gotta look it up in the store. See if they have it in the store.
No, I'm saying I did. So Rach and I had separated. I went over and caught up with her and was like, yeah, I mean, I knew I was right.
She's like, I don't care, old man.
No, yeah, I didn't even talk to her about that. But I was really curious with you because to me, that's an interesting, like, you are respectful of people doing their jobs and you also stand for truth. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is a tension that would even be more so for Tim. But you're telling me you don't even. In that case, you let lies spread like wildfire.
If I need something, I'll shame them. I'll make fun of them for sure. I'll and they won't know it. Like, make a sarcastic comment. Believe it or not, my wife does not like it when I do that. I'm not doing that too. I'm not berating them or really
that's what I mean.
Them,
like in that context, like Pete, you're nicer than me a lot of times in that context.
Wow.
I mean that. Like, wow. I'm pretty transactional. I tend to be a little like, let me just do my thing and not make any waves at all. And you're like more personable in those contexts. And so that's where I was interested with the mix of how nice you are there and when someone's wrong about something. But you're telling me you just bail. You just let them be wrong.
Yeah. In that scenario, I'm done. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
And I've already talked about it too much today.
It's hard. It was a real pickle for me. I tried twice, and then I was like, oh. Well, welcome to the Bible's Funny podcast. My name's Anthony. That's Tim. That one is Tim. This one's Anthony. Today we're doing one of our favorite things to do here on the podcast, which is review a Christian movie, a Christian Christmas movie.
Why isn't you didn't light up your sweater?
The batteries are dead.
No.
Yeah.
If it was a real Jewish sweater, those batteries would never run out.
It would never die. That, I believe that is the miracle that we celebrate.
Your people. Mi gente.
Christian movies are funny. Christmas edition, because it's December. I don't think I need to say anything at the top, right? I think we just dive right in. Today's Christmas movie, 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what it's up? 2017. The movie is called Faith-Filled Christmas. Faith-Filled Christmas. Tim, what do we need to know about this movie before we jump in?
All right. This is again, it's a 2017's hour 33-minute runtime, and you felt all of it. This movie, funny enough, was formerly known as Salted Christmas. Before, I don't know, production took over or something. I don't understand how they got the money to make this film and didn't have the money to have somebody
good question.
Write it. Better.
This is not the first time we've run into a very niche Christian movie that has multiple titles.
Right, and funding to like give high production value.
Yeah, the funding on this one was legit.
Why didn't you pay more for other things, like actors or a story? We're not getting into that yet.
We'll get in there.
We'll get there. This is written by Don McChesney and Amy Simonson, directed by Don McChesney. And here's this. Don is also a producer, casting director, and plays a security guard. So this is going to be good.
Interesting.
Always a great sign. Yeah.
The security guard, like the primary one. Do you know?
Yeah. I know. Oh, yeah. We'll get into that in a second. Okay. But yeah. He's in there. You can tell. I had to look him up because there's some couple of Don McChesneys out there, and this is the only film like he's really done, and the only thing this is like the one-off, like one bit that this production company ever did, as far as I can tell from IMDb.
Okay.
So like that's it, and that's it for a lot of people in this thing.
That is interesting to me because it sort of felt like a serial thing to me. I don't know if you felt that way. Like it sort of felt like this band of 4 characters would go on adventures, and this was their Christmas one.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. Well, I think it felt like that because it felt like Gramps Goes to College kind of
That's
deal.
What I mean.
That like, you're just going to take your crew and move them to the next movie, and it's going to basically be the same story.
Yeah.
But yeah, they might have all. Okay. I'm sure they're all alive. You cast a bunch of old folks. Yeah. There's a decent chance, but they were very spry and moving around. Oh yeah, they were. Getting into more of the details. This film stars. You're not going to know any of these names because they're all people that have only done one film, but that's okay. Michael Little, Little with a D-D-D-L-E, as Byron. Lytle, I don't know. Jerry, it's either Jerry Gelly, Gerrygelley. So if it's Jerry Jelly, I'm
Jerry
in.
Jelly.
I'm going to call him Jerry Jelly as Simon Fairway. Carol Taylor as Betty. She was the angry mean old lady with the curly hair.
Yep.
Anna Alayo as Renata. She was the daughter. Mm-hmm. Deborah Pearson as Mildred Fairway. That's Simon's wife. Marianne Frank as Bianca, the manager.
Tough name.
Mm-hmm. Marianne Frank. I know. But she made it out.
I mean, you're right. It's a great character. And if you're going to have a character in history to have, but I bet you she gets a lot of double takes when she says her name.
Right.
Marianne Frank. One more time.
Moses Bushi as Guru Rajesh. I think you know who he was.
Yeah.
Essex O'Brien as Walter. Essex O'Brien. This is why I have him in here. Is Walter the son of Mildred or whatever?
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that's been in anything else. So he's got a lot of acting credits. I've never heard any of them, but he's got like 50 acting credits. So he's busy. He's in the business. So we have one.
Yeah.
And then anyway, there's Ruth and Fiber and Levi and all the other rest of the gang. So
the reindeers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about any sort of synopsis for the film?
IMDb says, and I think this was also written by Donnie McChesney. 3 generations of the Fairway family ensure that the Christmas season will truly be about Christ through their involvement in foster care, adoption, a homeless ministry, and a retirement community. Do you think that sums it up?
I'm really struggling with the intro. The other stuff was definitely present, but
they got the locations.
They did name things that were in the movie. So for that section of the test, they get a check. All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it. This movie is called A Faith-Filled Christmas. Like we've said, it is available on Tubi for free because Tubi is the gift that keeps on giving. And if you go to tubi.com/Bible is funny, you can get a free Tubi subscription. That website doesn't exist, but Tubi does give away free subscriptions, and you can go in there if you want. All right, Faithful Christmas. We're going to jump in. I'm about to read a summary. Before I do, I want to say we don't
condone any of these movies.
We don't condone. Well, let's discuss. Before we start, we don't know these people that make these movies, and so we always like to differentiate from the people and the product, right? They made a movie, Faith-Filled Christmas. We have separately consumed that movie, and we are coming here today to discuss it with you, our friends.
Consume and discuss.
Consume and discuss is our motto. We don't know these people. We don't like this to be any sort of reflection on them as individuals because we don't know them.
No,
the only thing everything we are discussing as we follow. And you might be like, why do you say it? Well, it just gets gray when you talk about actors and directors. We don't know them. We don't know these people.
All these people, I bet they when they go shopping, they return the shopping cart back to the shopping cart holder. Maybe even go back into the store to put the shopping cart back.
Right
It
where it's
seems
supposed
like
to go.
these kind of people would do that.
I have every reason to believe that's the type of people we're talking about in their day-to-day life. Now, what we're going to discuss over the next roughly 45 minutes is the film that they collaboratively made together. And that is a different thing. So that's what we're going to discuss today. If you'd like to watch the movie, like I said, it's available for free on Tubi. I'll put the link in the show notes if you want to go check that out. From heretofore, we will be discussing things with spoilers. I take that very seriously. Love movies. And if you would like this movie to not be spoiled for you, it is an hour and 33 minutes. You can go watch it for free on Tubi. You can click that link. Totally cool. You can do that right now and then come back. We can all talk about it. Or you can just chill for 1 second and we'll get right into the discussion after we allow people time to make their choice. Okay. Hopefully you stayed for the deleted scene. Did you catch the deleted scene?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did.
Here is a more in-depth synopsis that I'm about to read with spoilers of Faith-Filled Christmas, so we're all on the same page. This movie, just like Christmas, is a perfect balance of intentional and winsome. British prankster Byron has just been informed by Madame Bianca that he's just one slip up away from being expelled from the nursing home, where he lives with his best mate, Simon. Simon just found out his wife has cancer. Rajesh, the acting manager, is pranked by Byron and Simon as they collaborate with some other residents to pull off an Olympic-sized prank called the Geezer Games, a competition that involves throwing bedpans for distance and racing wheelchairs. Fiber, Simon's adopted grandson, is desperate to make contact with his unhoused biomother who was just robbed on the streets. A fundamentalist new security guard has just shown up at the home with some pretty wacky interactions that he has with delivery drivers and prank calling seniors as he tries to figure out where everything is at his new job, while a local mom battles addiction and has her daughter removed by social services. A teenager invites people to church at the beach with a wacky sales pitch and the help of her leashed pet chicken named Nugget, while a woman who may or may not be bringing cigarettes to the unhoused also kidnaps them and takes them to her home. A faith-filled Christmas calls to mind the duality of life and causes us to think about some things we tend to avoid, like how we call animals both pets and food, or the complicated nature of the foster care system, or perhaps most jarringly, the visual imagery of elderly residents in a nursing home jumping on a bounce house. That's a bleak picture if you let yourself think about it. And that is the last thing we talk about in this whole movie. That's it.
That's it.
I tried to cover as much ground as I could because this movie was doing a lot.
It did a lot. It
was doing a lot.
It started a lot. It had his hands in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Which I'll jump in first. I'll answer the first question first because it's just the segue. The thing that was most shocking to me was just how ambitious this movie was. And I kind of mean that in a swirly smoothie of things way. Mm-hmm. There was some really interesting shots in this movie. There was like some decent sound editing in this movie. There were some there were just moments that was like, wow, you took a big swing, trying to tell a big story involving a seemingly endless amount of characters that were showing up. An hour 20 into the movie, we were still getting new characters. Mm-hmm. This is just an ambitious undertaking for like if you're going to set out and make your first movie. Mm-hmm. So that was to me as I'm particularly hilarious. But that was just the most shocking thing to me was I just was like, wow, they really do just keep adding on to this story. And that was my most shocking thing.
Yeah. Most shocking to me is that they didn't use any stunt doubles for this movie. All these actors did their own Did their own stunts. But no real old people were harmed in the making of this film. This was also filmed in Fort Lauderdale. I picked that up.
I saw that, and you know why I saw that?
No,
Because
I don't.
This is going to be a fun fact for people that don't live in our community, because I thought this assisted living facility looked really familiar. And I wondered if it was the one in our community.
What's funny is it did. I thought so too. At the one I used to work at. When I was
Same.
kid. But no, they were talking about the beach, and there were just too many old people. I'm like, they're not talking about California. This isn't California. And then I saw them like outside. I was like, that's Florida.
Yeah.
I knew it. And then I saw a Florida license plate.
The old people don't go to California.
No, they were all down here. Most shocking for me was when the doctor that's advising Simon about the life and death decisions, like choices, like what are we gonna do, long term care, whatever. They're having that conversation in the card room. At the game room at the old folks' home.
Well, you want to be comfortable.
And with the door open.
You want to be comfortable.
We just, this was like a in passing. Oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
Like long-term care for your wife. It's not looking good. So it's no way to live. You might as well just pull the plug now.
Yeah.
Like what?
Right.
Oh, in the card room.
In the card room.
Hold on. Let me get that puzzle piece.
In the card room without her present.
Yeah.
Just
well, that's there for the twist at the end, of course.
Right. I get the convenience of that, but I also was like,
right.
That seems wrong.
Right. Either way, it's wrong.
Two dudes plotting this woman's death, essentially, while she's nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was shocking. That was a shocking. The tone of it was shocking. Mm-hmm. It was all shocking. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna have you go first on this one. What's a character you wanted to see less of?
Bianca, the manager. Like I couldn't figure out what she was. What is she doing? Is she mean? Is she nice? Does she? Why is she working here? She doesn't seem to like the old people that work there. Right. The manager of the retirement home. Yeah. And there seems to be like a memory care unit there, and like which can be normal to have like the active adults section, and then like, hey, you need some help, and then memory care might be a separate facility or something. Yeah. But like she seemed to be running the whole thing, but didn't like anybody there, but she wanted to keep them there. She's like, I'm gonna expel you, you're out of here. Yeah, but why do you want to go somewhere else? You think you want to go somewhere else? Right. Like, what's going on? Pick a lane, pick something, make a choice.
I thought she was really I thought she had done a lot of work beforehand to build the backstory, because she really embodied like a toxic employee in a workplace very well. Because you both want the success of the organization and don't want and people that have not been in a toxic work situation don't understand that. But if you have, you know exactly.
So you're saying I just didn't get it because she's too complex.
I think she was too layered. I think she made everyone on set call her Bianca. I think she was as locked into that character as you could have been.
Yeah, there's a chance. I think she was Brazilian.
Do you think so? Yeah. Is that they picked up on the accent?
Yeah. I could be way off.
The way that she clearly had an accent, which is totally fine. Good chance that like English is not her first language, but a couple of the ways that she said her sentences like did come off like I just one point in specific. She's on the phone and she's like, the doctor. I'm not going to do her accent because I literally can't. But she has a very strong accent. She's like, the doctor gave you a care plan and we didn't do it, and then carries on with the sentence. And it was supposed to be we did do it. And I was like, I think that's one where you got to help her and say, you said that sentence wrong and now it doesn't make any sense. That was one of my Bianca observations. The question was what character I want to see less of. And I'm really torn on this one because I'll explain why. The character I wanted to see less of was just the promotional material for the ALF that I assume funded this movie. Because at 3 separate times of this movie, it just became a commercial, and we just saw these people living and going about their day, and you expect B-roll, like that's normal, but this always went like 10, 15 seconds further, and now I'm like, I'm just watching old people live in an ALF, and so let me just button here.
Fair enough.
And say, I wanted to see less of it in that. I'm like, why am I watching this commercial? But then I also was like, respect the hustle. Like, what a great way to sell your ALF by like, we're going to make the goofiest movie of all time and like cut in all these facility shots of like people having a good time here. And I both wanted to see less of it and also was like, dang, tip of the cap for the product placement.
I wonder if Don like works there full time, and then that's his deal, and he's got the connections with the old folks.
Oh, Don was also the security guard was my honorable mention for character I wanted to see less of. At one point, the guy, oh no, not Byron, his buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, you're fine.
He's on the phone. What's the guy's name? I can't remember.
Yeah. There's Byron, and there's you're gonna say a moment that I want to talk about.
Simon.
Yeah.
On the phone, pretending to be a doctor. Okay. Yeah. Character you want to see more of?
So I want to go back and just elaborate on what you said. And I felt like the beginning of the film, when it's like we're showing everything about like the retirement home, I'm in for it. Like, this was cool. Like, you've established the setting with the intro, and like you're giving some names, and they did some cool effects with the text and stuff on the screen.
Oh yeah, they did.
And then you're like, oh, okay, cool. We've established this setting. This is what the movie is going to be about. Wasn't that, or it was that, and also 42 other things. But I liked how they introduced it. So I was a fan of how they did it, at least at the very beginning.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for a long intro. I just realized this the other day. Like,
when you're watching Christmas Vacation.
Those type of ones. Like, put some thought into it.
Elf is the same way too.
Let me say that. I know. I love them. Like, do something creative.
It's how they used to be. Let's not go as far as like the what was it, was it Robin Hood, the cartoon? From back in the day. It's got like
Little John
it's like a 7-minute long intro, and you'll fall asleep in it and wake up and feel refreshed, and the movie hasn't started yet.
I thought the cartoon Robin Hood was designed for everyone to fall asleep. That is the slowest
during it, yes.
Moving, everything about the way everyone talks. I mean that in the best way too. I have no beef with that movie. It just was the most peaceful, slow moving. It's like sitting beside a brook.
Yeah, I thought
like, oh gosh,
Maid Marian was so pretty too.
Why is it with that?
It's just a little cartoon fox.
And
anyway,
you know, like
we're getting off subject.
But there's a
here.
real thing with the Robin Hood here, where a lot of girls are like, "That was my first crush. That Robin Hood fox was a hottie."
It's like a young Jason Bateman.
That was character you want to see less of. Give me a character you want to see more of.
I want to see more of Betty. Betty, the old grumpy, like curly haired old woman, like she who like tags along for the whole day.
Yeah.
With her friend, she was perfectly grumpy. She wasn't like a great actor, but I wish they would have just let her cook, because I felt like the line she was giving, she was legitimately grumpy, or just sold it really well. And I just loved her. I want to hang out with her. At one point, they're talking about like prayer, like praying, and she goes, I prayed you'd shut up, and I prayed that you would shut up about the decorations, but that prayer was not answered. And then later she goes, and this felt near and dear to my heart. She said, "Meet new people. I don't like the ones I already know." It's like, Betty.
She had some good ones.
My lady. So I could see like a whole movie centered around her.
And this is probably, I just do this more at the conclusion, but totally agree. I had a quick, I want to answer the question correctly. And my answer was Millie, which was Simon's wife.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was just because I thought we got some threads of like maybe a backstory, maybe some other stuff going on. One, great moment with this Vespa that we'll talk about more later. And then two, she's walking on the beach and she just like non-jokingly is like, oh, this is when I used to love to smoke a cigarette.
I know.
Just drops that line. And I was just like, she's real for that.
Yeah.
Like that felt like that came from like, that might not have been in the script, is maybe what I'm saying. Like, that was real to her in that moment, as real as anything could be. And I dug it. I just thought she had we had some little glimpses into maybe a backstory that I wanted to know more about.
I am 100% with you on that.
And I think that actually makes sense because I was in it for the Mildred Betty.
Yeah, those two together on that part of the story where they go and like do a little adventure together. Yeah, let's do it. Like they've got a task to do. They've got a mission. Betty doesn't want to go, but she's brought into this. She's grumpy the whole time. Eventually, she's going to turn and but you want to watch it happen.
That is my way of answering the question correctly. I will also say a character I wanted to see more of was Christmas. Just in general. Like I really just felt like you've got a far better argument for Die Hard being a Christmas movie than this being a Christmas movie. I think it just set it at Christmas time.
But the aqua aerobics instructor at the beginning was wearing a Santa hat in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, just the most
Christmas.
We forgot that we made a Christmas movie kind of situation.
An ornament.
There was an ornament that was passed around that was
magical.
There was a twinkle.
Can we have Rob put the music in?
Oh yeah, just like a right here, just like a bling. And every time they handed it. Now, did anything magical happen, you ask? Not to our knowledge.
It was an internal magic.
Maybe.
We all have an internal magic.
The delivery man became nice, I guess.
Yeah.
The unhoused woman became like the same, though.
Yeah.
In this. Give me a character that reminded me.
Yeah. You of me. You of me. Yeah. It was Renata, the daughter.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
She was fun. She was like on a mission to enjoy her life, and I liked her. And she did have some good lines too. But her love of chickens, her like fascination with her chicken, and naming her chicken Nugget. And understanding when she understood that everything is really just food, I was like, that's Anthony.
Me. Yeah.
To be in the Christmas spirit, I will say, I'm not going to say it later, or I didn't say it before, but she really was like a favorite character of mine. Like I want to see more of Betty, but Renata was like the best.
I kept wanting to find like, I don't want to say I wanted to find, but I expected to find an issue with her comedic performance.
Not a single.
And I really didn't.
Flawless.
Every time I was like, no, I mean, you were given a task and you weren't given a lot of like depth to work with. No. But man, you really brought home.
She walked around a chicken the whole movie.
You're like, you've got a chicken and you leaned all the way into it and killed it.
And she may or may not be on the spectrum. She absolutely did everything she was supposed to do, whether she is or she isn't. She sort of seemed like it in the film. Maybe that was part of the character. I loved every second of her.
And not to get too film nerdy, but like there was what my read was an obvious pickup shot that they didn't get in another format. So she has to perform to camera. And so the shot is like just a close up of her face. She has no one else she's acting with. And she delivered like a comedic like routine of like being kind of like overly chatty with a new person. And I'm like, and again, sorry, this is nerdy, but like that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Like it's a little easier when you're bouncing off of people and there's more people playing this game with you. But when you take like a young actor and you're like, all right, you have to do a funny thing right to this camera, right. No feedback if you're being funny or not. And she killed it.
And I think, by the way, I think it's okay for you to be nerdy about this. That's how our whole project started. Yeah. By the way, you having film experience, going to film school, doing this thing, us both being storytellers in general, like in many different facets, and then also me just kind of being grumpy and not wanting to do this.
Right.
That's why you brought me in. But yeah, you bringing technical knowledge. That's why we're here. That's why the people tuned in.
I thought that's why. That's really Renata was very solid.
Who reminded me of you of me.
You mentioned grumpiness. I mean, Betty was the obvious. Like there was like, she's funny. She is like down for like, again, you want to say like, oh, she didn't want to go, but she does go. Like she's always gonna go. It was cool. That was like the most obvious was Betty. And then, I might be just like stuck in a rut between this and the last one, but there was also a character named Levi, who was a foster kid, and there's just no information about his probably dead dad. So there's like a
say the same
decent chance. There's some similarities.
Yeah,
there too.
well, that was going to say that about what's his name? Gut problem, Fiber. That's how I remembered his name. Because he had because he had a homeless mom and he had a homeless dad, but his homeless mom was alive.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't.
Yeah.
Because yours is dead. If you didn't remember.
So true. Boy, and I tell you,
Merry Christmas, Ann.
They did a great job because Fiber and his mom have a conversation about reaching out to his grandma. And they do a really good job of buttoning that up at the end of the story.
All the things.
Yeah.
The 42 plot points. We got them all.
By that, I mean, we never know who his grandma is. And they have extensive conversations about making contact with her. And I don't know what. We just gave up on that. Okay, give me a low point.
There were several, but we talked about it already. The sound effects, when they handed over the ornament. Like, what? Now what? What happens?
Right.
Why did we do this magical sound effect? 4 times? 5?
Every
whatever.
time the ornament got handed off.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, what's going on? Why did we introduce that here?
Right.
It was a silly choice because you then expect something to happen and nothing happened. I get that there's some sort of spiritual meaning, whatever. It was bad. It was bad.
I very much key in on that and emphasize what you say. It was the follow-up. Like, I'm fine with the sound effect. That's like, that's a great cue to the audience. Like, oh, something happened. But then nothing happened.
But it also wasn't that kind of movie where like magical things occur. Like the sound effects.
Right.
It didn't line up. It was like, oh, I found this trick. I can do this sound effect. Okay. What value does it add? I don't know, but I can do it.
Right. Yes. That was the problem. It was like someone recreating the shot from The Matrix with Neo dodging bullets and somebody going like, but we're making the movie Love Actually. So where do we put it?
It doesn't matter. We can, though.
I did it.
But we can do it.
I can do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree. My low point, I need to get some help here. My low point was the script that was written for the character Rajesh.
Uh-huh.
And I started to pick up on this, and then it was like, I don't know. So this is I don't know much about this, the actor's nationality or history, but seemed like an Indian person that was English, again, probably a second language. And the dialogue they gave this person was so difficult. Let me read you a segment. I had to document this. This is, again, picture Rajesh in the context I just described, having to read what I'm about to say. This standing room only crowd of at least 25 awakened retirees will watch the sagging skin soldiers leave their wheelchairs in pursuit of their first Olympic gold medals since Eisenhower was president.
It was a funny line, but man, that's a lot.
That's a lot of English words that are difficult to get through to hand to this person. That was there was other ones. I didn't want to like read all of them, but I just was like, you would think that a writer would be like, make it your own. But it's clear he was told like, you read that exactly as I wrote it. And that's how it comes out.
Yeah. I'm going to elaborate more on that in a minute.
Imagine asking somebody to say sagging skin soldiers. Imagine it.
I'm going to imagine it.
All right, what was your high point?
High point was I was looking for the moment because we find out that I knew that Don was an actor in the film as well. Okay, and I was like, I want to find him. Yeah, there's already kind of, we're not dealing with like the best actors in the world, but they're not bad. Like some of them were good. Like the old guys were great. Yeah, I really like them. And I was like, how am I going to find Don? Like there could be other security guards. I don't know if he's gonna have a line in here or what, or he's gonna be like noticeable. Yeah. And then right at 23 minutes, my magic moment happened. Oh yeah. And I noticed right away who Don, probably the worst actor, the worst moment happened, acting related. right at that moment when they're on the phone at the security guard desk and Don has to act surprised or shocked or something.
Yeah.
And he does this move that's like, whatever it was. And it was so jarring and terrible. I laughed so hard. I was like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I found him.
Yeah.
And so he made it very, very clear at that moment who he was. Yeah.
I think that scene's worth talking about. You have
I thought that's where you were going earlier.
Exactly what I was
that's why
talking
I
about.
stopped you, because I really wanted to highlight that as my favorite.
keep forgetting his name, Simon. So Simon is on the phone, and this was part of this like very elaborate scheme to get Rajesh's.
I don't know why you keep forgetting their names. There's only 75 characters.
Characters, and he's like, he's like, can I use the phone? And then the security guard says, sure. And he picks it up, and he's like, this is Doctor blah 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 blah, and he just is in the sort of background of the scene. The way I would describe it is like when you are approaching someone and you start a handshake far too early. Because that's what he did, was it was like, this is Dr. Feather Sound or whatever. And he went.
Right. What's so shocking? I don't get it.
And then a whole conversation ensued, and it was like, well, you're here now. Like, what are you going to do? So then you're the viewer going like, are you going to stand up and stop him? Like, surely you're not just frozen in shock. That can't be a full character choice. And yet it was.
By the way, there are like 40 some characters that are credited in this film. That's insane.
Yeah. Every one of them deserved it. So high point was the question, right? My high point was the Vespa shot. I just thought that it was well done, well executed. It was like, she said, Millie says, meet me at the West parking lot in 30 minutes and we'll go on our adventure together. And then, you know, like Betty's like, I don't know if maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't. Maybe. And then they have this great like reveal shot that the two of them are going to ride a Vespa. And I just was like, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Well executed, good joke. Like
All the old people stuff was good.
I went into it.
Yeah.
That was a good reveal. Okay, is there anything else we need to talk about before we go into the final thoughts here?
No.
I do.
It's just, yeah,
Can I just read a couple of quotes?
sure. If you must.
These are exact quotes. They're not in context, but you know. I can't be their mom anymore. I have to chop their heads off. A Bible thumping security leprechaun. I don't have $5.75 for cigarettes. I have kids. That was our exact quotes. I just thought people should know that we're in this movie.
How about, listen, no live chickens. I wrote that one down.
That character deserves mentioning. Talk about your case of like you got one scene in a movie and you're making the most of it.
The waitress.
There's a crew that goes to the beach and there's a waitress at this beach restaurant that is she's yelling right from the start. She yells the whole time.
Yeah.
And I just thought that this what kept in my head the whole time. I was like, man, I only have one scene in this movie. Okay.
And I'm going to yell every line.
Okay. Okay. Let's see how it goes. She yelled every line.
Yeah.
And yelled as she walked away. Big plot point. Tim, here we go. Final. And I'm so curious what you're about to say.
I don't,
give me the final.
So
thoughts on this
I
movie.
kind of have to explain like my reasoning, and I have like, anyway, like. I wrote down these thoughts because there's so many. Like, is this movie about the foster kids or is it about the nursing home?
Yeah.
Because there were like two separate movies. Like, there's two separate stories that should have been told separately altogether.
Yes.
Like, there was a little bit more serious note on the foster kids situation.
Right.
And I think the worlds could intertwine and coexist. But like they started to elaborate a bunch on one and started to elaborate a bunch on the other, really never connected the dots,
right,
except for it was like the grandma and the daughter and the son, and then this kid, like there was a connection there, just a familial connection, but story connection was lost, just gone, missing.
No.
And so like if they would have stuck one out, like said, hey, we're going to tell the story of the nursing home and everything that's happening in the nursing home, I think they could have kept this, could have been an hour long, maybe an hour, maybe an hour 10 or something, punch it up with some good jokes. But I just kept thinking, like, settle on a theme. And I'm not here to like diagnose or fix the movie. Like, that's not my job here.
Yeah.
But there's some obvious things that I think could have been done to make it a little bit more interesting. Because I don't want to be, I'm not like super anti this movie. It wasn't good. It's not really watchable. There are some funny moments, but like because the stories are just all over the place, like, I'm
know.
like, is it a 1? If you separate the 2, do they become like a 3? Like each of them become like a 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Like watchable, like kind of fun, quirky characters.
Yes.
Because the old people over here were really fun to watch, and the young people over here, Renata was awesome to watch. I could have watched the whole movie with her and the chicken. It was great. Together combined, you're like, this is garbage. This is so bad,
right?
And it's so long and so like disjointed. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my answer. Like I have like it's a low number, but if you separated the 2, each would be higher. I guarantee you.
I completely agree that you have to go into your final rating going like, what could have been is hard to not factor in. Because you're just like, you had
moments.
And truthfully, I don't know what goes into like what, certainly motivations behind films and things like that. But like the old people geezer game story.
Loved it.
Was good.
Yeah.
And there was something there. And you started a story with Byron's son, and very first scene is like Byron's son kicked him out. And there's like a thought of reconciliation. Then you abandon it. And then you have like 2 friends in a nursing home dealing with like, this like little tight knit group. And then one of them gets this pretty like serious cancer diagnosis. That's a story. Then you get like his thought of like, well, I think my friend has cancer, so I'm going to do this whole big elaborate thing to kind of like send him off.
Yeah.
These are good stories.
Do that story.
That's all good stories. And then you kept tacking on like, even to the point where we even talked about it much, but like there's so try to catch people up as quickly as possible. Simon and Millie's
too much.
Kids, which are adopted, have adopted and fostered their own. And then that's where that whole thing is going on. And they have a foster kid who's trying to find his mom. And you've all like, then in the middle of that, they drop a neighbor in who has just taken in a homeless woman, which is just like, your cup, you keep pouring water into your cup that's just pouring everywhere. And it's hard to go like, well, what did you think of the drink though? And they're like, I don't know. Everything's wet.
It's all over me.
Everything's soaked. Is this good? Maybe.
I don't know. I'm still cleaning up.
There's something in here, but I don't know how to make sense of what you've done to the table. Is what's in my glass good? I think it might have been. At some point, if we had not put so much, but everything's such a mess right now.
It's a great analogy.
I don't know what to make of it. So everything in me was like, also side notes, like production value is good, audio quality is good, everything's good. So you're like, it was like, I think you could have flown as high as a 4. I think you could have been a little old person, Christmas centered, like buddy old person buddy movie. I think you could have flown high, faith-filled Christmas.
Right.
And here we are. I want to get you to a 3, and I don't think I can because it just didn't make enough sense.
No.
There was just too many stories we started and didn't finish, and then they take you on this emotional journey with this foster kid that they just like her. They just no resolution whatsoever.
Nope. Like, but some dramatic music, some dramatic shots.
To the point where, and I started this with the ambitiousness, they went on a 7-minute side quest for the foster girl's mother to give us her backstory. I don't know. Everything in me wants to go higher, and I have to land in like the 2 category because
Right. Ultimately, what happens, and we've talked about this before, and we talked about this in the opening, like if you are writing and directing and acting and editing,
yeah,
like the editing part, because I believe he was an editor on there too. Like you're gonna leave all your lines in that you wrote. Like if you're a writer, you think your words are precious and they're really good, and they might be okay.
Yeah.
But they're not. I guarantee you, whatever words you write, they're not the best words.
Yeah.
Unless you're this like one fraction of a 1%er of writers out there who can write for film and write for people and characters. So you have to let somebody else edit it. You have to let somebody else look at it and go, hey, that doesn't sound right. Like give them your feedback. Do this with everything in life, not just movies that you're making. Like if you're writing a story or you're like painting something, get somebody else's feedback that's constructive.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, you'll hear it. Because when we become our own writers and directors and editors, it looks good to us, but you don't have good taste. You don't have like ultimate good taste. Sorry.
Let me add on to that too. That is not exclusive to like rookies. Like if you notice very, very good filmmakers, they're later movies. What happens to them? They're longer and they're not as good. Because why?
I don't want to say any names.
Nobody knows how to tell you. Like everybody, well, I can't tell. I can't tell them that this is that those scenes are not necessary. So what happens? The movie stinks. And these are talented people. So it's not a knock. We all need editors in our life. Mine is sitting to my right. Go find you one. You need editors. And because this was just put enough drink in the glass.
You really should have gotten a battery for your... Anyway...
Yeah, I gotta say too, it's not bad. Like it's definitely watchable. There's some lines, there's some moments. It's a classic. It's what it killed in like 90s youth group era. I feel like it's got that level of silliness to it, quotability. But they went on some detours that really brought down the overall quality of the project. And that's Faithful Christmas.
We did it.
This was a fun project they all did during rec time at the retirement home.
But not at Christmas. No, they did it at Christmas because all the decorations
were up.
Yeah, that's why it became a Christmas.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Activities coordinator was like, I don't have anything for December.
Oh, that's it.
Let's make a movie. And then it was like, it'll be, it's a Christmas movie. And then, what's his name? Was Don. Don was like,
oh,
I have a script.
I scrapped.
The activities coordinator was like, hey, where did you come from? Okay, fine. We'll do
you
your
were
movie.
Listening this whole time?
It's either this or I take them bowling again. So sure, that's fine. That's just kidding. Activities coordinators are great. They're doing a great job out there.
My mom was one.
I know. That's why I tread lightly.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up on her bad side.
No, it was such a fun job for her.
That's it. That's our Christmas movie for today.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to you all. I hope you're having a great Christmas season. And send us a movie. We got a whole new year of movies coming up. Very excited. Very excited. 2026. Watching Christian flicks.
Christian flicks in 26. That's the new, huh?
Every time a bell rings. I don't know why I just tried it.
I don't know.
Christian flicks in 26. Yeah. Hashtag it.
All right.
Throw it out there. All right. Love you guys. Be back here with another episode real soon, and we'll talk to you then, okay?
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
The Bible is